It's time for another Worcester Railers signing ahead of the 2023-24 season. It's the first defenseman to be announced to the roster this season, Artyom Kulakov. Kulakov joined the Railers in the month of March this past season and played in 7 games, all while scoring his first professional goal in his very first game with Worcester. Artyom, welcome back to Worcester.
Thank you, thank you. I'm super excited to be back to the DCU Center.
Now, Artyom, we're super excited to have you back for this upcoming season. But first, before we get into this upcoming year, just tell us so far, how's your offseason been going?
The offseason been going pretty good. So I went to a little vacation with my buddy Andre back enough, and then in the middle of the May we started practicing and working out. So now recently I'm having 4 or 5 times to skate and 6 times of working out. So trying to developing myself for upcoming season.
Yeah, so talk a bit more about your training regimen in the off season. How do you usually like to go about getting ready for the upcoming year?
Um, I mean, trying to back to the shape, doing more cardio right now, on ice, working with my skating, my ability right now, shooting practice, trying to upgrade development my shots from the point and this stuff. So there is lots of works to do, and having I still have time for get myself ready for upcoming season.
Now, the end of the 22-23 season was such a whirlwind. As I said, you played 7 games for the team. Wanted to take some time here, help the fans to get to know you a little bit better. Just tell us, how'd you start playing hockey growing up?
So I was start playing hockey when I was 7, and the my old brother bring me to the sport. So I used to go every single night to his practices or games or whatever it is, and I just saw how he's working out, how he's practicing all the games and stuff, and he I just started loving the sport a lot, and so I'm so thankful for that, for my old brother, and my family is the big hockey family, so I can't be anything else except a hockey player in this family.
Tell us a little bit more about what it was like playing hockey in Russia growing up and how that's compared to the time you've spent here in America.
So I will say that's a little bit different system there. There's really lots of kids that are trying to be hockey players, so you have to be better than them at any age. If you want to be a hockey player, you have to work out, practicing hard, and there's only one way to to be a hockey player in Russia. So um, the different coaches, different system of the practicing. So the biggest difference probably that's really it's more kids that wants to be hockey players.
Get like a larger percentage of the population who's focusing more on
Yeah,
hockey.
so that's probably the biggest sport in Russia. So every single third boy or like a male in Russia is gonna be the hockey player. So it's
Were
the
you
biggest
a
sport.
were you a big KHL fan growing up?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was a KHL player. I was born close to the Vladivostok, and used to go most probably every home game to the Amur Khabarovsk. So I still have huge memory from that with my family cheering for the hometown team, and it was such a great memories.
Who was a favorite Russian player you like to watch growing up?
Um, that is not like something special though. I like the Pavel Datsyuk, the Magic Man, and so I have a chance to see how he's working out after games. So he was 40 years old, close like that, and gonna be the first guy in the gym after games, and the last guy from the locker room after games. So it's a great experience to see how he's working out, and they're probably my best hockey player ever.
Now, you were talking about playing hockey with kids your age back in Russia. One of the players you got to play with back in Russia ended up being your teammate this past season with the Railers, Andrei Bakanov. What was it like sort of getting that reunion with him, getting to play with him again? this past season?
So I didn't know them really personally before I came to the Worcester, and so we become a really good buddies with him because the Russians, they're always gonna find the same language. They're always gonna find what to talk about. So really grateful to meet Andre, really good kid, and I hope we'll play with him again next year.
Now, talking about next year a bit more, what was the conversation like for you with head coach and general manager Jordan LaValle Smotherman when it came time for you to come back to Worcester this season?
So right after season, we're having like a quick conversation with Jordan, and right after that, I decided I'm gonna come back to Worcester because I know it's the great organization here in Worcester, great fans. We're having a great team next year, so I'm super excited to be back. And how Jordan said, we're having a good year next year.
Now, you got to play about 7 games with the Railers at the end of last season after coming over from the Erie Otters of the OHL. Talk about your taste of the ECHL now that we're a few months removed after making that shift from the OHL.
Like as I said a few months ago, that's the biggest experience for me to play with the man, play with the pros, and it's the big step for me too as well. So I'm grateful for this experience, and the league is way different, more faster, more older. You can't do any mistakes, so I'm super excited to my full next year in Worcester.
Do you have any favorite memories that's been associated with your time in Worcester so far?
100%. It's too many memories from this place, but if I'm gonna pick a few, it's probably my first game in ECHL, my first shift. Like, I was kind of scared. Like, I mean, that's a good thing too. So I scored my first goal in this game, so it's pretty good thing. But the second memory, I will say, to meet the Andre first time, it was so awkward to talk with them, but I mean, we become really good friends, so that's a good thing too.
Let's go back a little bit to that first goal. As you mentioned, it was your very first game here in Worcester. Early in that first period, you walked down the left side of the ice. You managed to get one in the back of the net. Just talk us through that one more time. Your very first game in the ECHL, you score a goal.
I mean, it's nothing really special for me. It has like a pre-game routine or something. I usually do like the same thing I do in the Erie Otters or I done with the Russia back home. So I was doing my job, picking up the puck and the quick shot from the top of the circle. So um, there's lots of things to work on, and you guys gonna see them in next year and doing the same thing. So
Just a brief aside, you mentioned home briefly there. Any elements from home that you miss that you wish maybe you had here in the States, maybe like a favorite meal, anything like that?
100%, I'm gonna say that is my family. I wish I can see them there here, and I'm gonna see my home games and stuff. But if you're gonna talk about that, my pre-game meal is a little bit changed though, but because I can't really find my mom's food here. Um, but anything beside that, I bring all my routine stuff from home, so I have it here. So it's pretty good.
Now, heading into next season, how excited are you to enter your first full season as a professional coming up?
So, like I said, I'm super excited to be back. I have experience for this 7 games in the Worcester, so I know how it tastes, and I'm super excited to full year. I'm gonna bring all my best to the next year in Worcester.
And then last question for you here. What can fans expect from you when they come to watch you this season down at the DCU Center?
I'm gonna say like my physical play. I'm gonna bring all my physical condition there. Stick up for my teammates. Stick up for my goalie. I'm gonna play solid D, hard shot from the point, and solid PK. That's the fans can expect from me next year. I'm gonna bring all my max so I can do for them.
All right, Artyom Kulakov, the first defenseman announced for the Worcester Railers for the 23-24 season. Super excited to have you aboard. And again, welcome back to Worcester.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, well, that's another signing coming up for the 23-24 season. We'll have more coming in the weeks and months to follow. Be sure to stay tuned on our social media channels as those come along.